Hi, my name is Rachelle Smith, entrepreneur, professional speaker, and author, also known as the Lady in Red. Many people actually think that purple is my favorite color since I wear a lot of purple, but actually red. If you've known me for a long time, red is my favorite color. Red is my favorite color. So if you see me sporting red, it must be a serious event or activity. But folks, last time I actually highlighted the importance and the power of appreciation. Now, I intended for that to be just one episode, but I just feel so compelled and inspired to continue this series with another episode because appreciating people, expressing your gratitude is so important, folks, to all aspects of your life. In regard to dealing with people, whether you're in the workplace, in relationships, in the community, in the grocery store, at the gym, wherever the case may be, folks, express your gratitude because we all like to feel appreciated. And as I mentioned last time, there's a fantastic book called The 5 Love Languages. And so check that book out if you have not read it, because again, it talks about, the whole golden rule is treat people like you would want to be treated. And yes, that's true. And yes, that's important. But I also go a step further and say, treat people the way they would want to be treated. They like to be appreciated. And then for me, that's appreciation. My love language is appreciation. So when I hear thank you, when I get an email, when I get a card, when somebody comes up and verbally expresses appreciation, folks, it always means a lot to me. And I wanted to highlight an example here that I received actually on August 29th, an email I received at 9:39 a.m. And this is actually from one of my clients. And I printed it out. I'm actually going to frame it and put it in my office, hang it in my office, because again, just the power of appreciation. And this particular person is always like this. And I actually mailed this person after receiving this. I actually sent this person one of my infamous thank you cards to thank you, just saying thank you for always being so gracious and grateful and appreciative. It really means a lot. And it truly makes this person and this particular client a standout. I mean, just amazing, just absolutely amazing. But anyway, this person said, 3 lines. Rachelle, tremendous job. Always love reading your reports because they are so full of details. Thank you. Just that short expression of gratitude meant the world to me. And as I told you, I'm actually going to frame it. And so, folks, be appreciative, be grateful, express that. If someone means a lot to you, don't wait for them to leave you for you to express that. Don't wait for your star employee to turn in their letter of resignation for you to express that. All right, don't wait for, if you're a business owner, if you're an entrepreneur, don't wait for a major client to leave you, again, to receive that email, whether it be FedEx, whatever, that communication expressing, we've moved on, we're going in a different direction. Don't wait for that to happen before you then all of a sudden you're trying to play catch up and say, well, you know what, you really mean a lot to me, and I'm sorry I never told you, whatever this, and at that point it's too late. It is too late. All right, so be proactive. Be proactive in expressing your appreciation. I mean, it means a lot in various sectors. Actually, this past Saturday at the gym, I've always got plenty of gym examples here. I was at my fantastic Planet Paradise here, also known as Planet Fitness in Novi-Michigan. And this guy comes up to me. I was stretching. Now, this guy comes up to me, and as you know, I'm not a fan of being interrupted during cardio. And that is the beauty, the absolute beauty of Planet Fitness, just as on the franchise level. It's just a very etiquette-driven gym. So things that you may see happening in gyms, typically you don't see that because it's very etiquette-driven. People are just the strongest etiquette I've ever experienced in a gym of mine. And actually, Bel Air Fitness, prior to my joining this gym, was the strongest. But the etiquette is just incredible. But anyway, this guy comes up to me. I'm stretching, so hey, not doing cardio, not a problem. So I'm stretching, and this guy comes up to me, middle-aged guy, and he says, excuse me. And so what did I tell you? You've heard me say on a Fitness Friday earlier this summer, whenever I hear those words, excuse me, not a problem. Or sorry to interrupt you, anything like that, never a problem. Interrupt me. Excuse me. I just wanted to let you know that I really appreciate it when you're here because you're so motivating and you help everybody get going. And so, yes, have I heard people say that before in other gyms when I've worked out? Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I know that I inspire people, people find me motivating, whatever. But this particular time, and sometimes I can kind of react. I can be kind of, whatever. Why are you interrupting me? It depends. But his choice of words, of saying, I really appreciate it when I really appreciate. So again, when appreciation is very important to me, thank yous, all of that, it always has a different impact. So that's why I was gracious and said, thank you so much. Have a good one. Again, getting back to my workout. We're not getting ready to stand here and talk. But anyway, this guy, like I said, middle-aged guy, and it actually smelled like he had a couple of packs of cigarettes already that morning. But anyway, I was grateful. I was gracious, and he expressed his appreciation. So just to continue on with that gym, just in general, and one of the greatest strengths I would say of Planet Fitness at the franchise level is they're very appreciative. They're very grateful. They're very gracious. When I sent a letter to corporate back actually after my third workout there after I joined, so that was the 7th of July, sent a letter to corporate folks, and less than 24 business hours later, I had a response from corporate thanking me for reaching out to them. Personalized email thanking me. All right. The staff, as I mentioned before, August 21st, Monday, August 21st, 2017, I will never forget that. When I rolled in and the general manager's there and my the entire staff is fantastic. They all have ownership mentalities. They are fantastic. The absolute strongest staff I've ever seen in a gym, just ever, bar none. Just fantastic team. Dream team is actually what I call them. But the two staff members that I interact with most, you could probably say they're my favorites. Those two people were there, and they're never there at that particular time, 6:10 in the morning. And the general manager, never in 23 years have I ever seen a general manager at the gym that early. But it was an appreciation setup where they thanked me and let me know, how much my presence is appreciated at that gym. And so, folks, I tell you, I played it off, and I was all cool and coy, but that meant the world to me. That meant the world to me, folks. Coming from a gym that, I won't even get into it, but just to go or be at a gym now where they're very quick to communicate, to express appreciation, to express how much they value you and how you inspire their people, how I inspire their people, I meant to say, it means the world to me. That means the world to me. And so you think about it. For somebody, I told you my love language is appreciation. So when you think about loyalty, when you think about all that kind of stuff, think about how those type of interactions in any type of setting, like I said, when I get an email, when I get a thank you card, I'm very big on thank you letters and appreciation letters and all of that. I'm known for that. Many of you watching have received a thank you card from me, or a thank you letter, or a thank you email, with a very detailed explanation of how much I appreciate you, or how what you did meant a lot to me. And I'm very, very detailed in terms, it's not some form thank you letter that I send out. No. But that's just appreciation is so important. And folks, if you want people to be raving about you, or raving about your business, or raving about your workplace, or raving about you as a boss, all right, express appreciation. Because think about it, I do it all the time. I do it all the time. That is my trademark. That is actually something, appreciation is something both of my parents greatly value. And so that's a value that I learned from them. Just don't ever take people for granted, because folks, when you do, and if you, for those of you who know me, you know if there's one way to lose me real quick, it is to take me for granted. There are people that I've rejected that are probably wondering why, and that's before I began to let people know and leave kind of paper trails so they would know what went wrong and things like that. But there's people that are wondering, like, man, what did I do? But don't ever take people for granted. Don't ever take me for granted. Because people kind of learn that the hard way. They say, well, Rachelle's so sweet, she's so kind. And Rachelle does not like to be taken for granted. And Rachelle will be off and you will be replaced very quickly. And so, folks, I just wanted to highlight these quick thoughts here on the power of appreciation. The power of appreciation. Do not wait till it's too late. Don't wait. Don't wait till you've been rejected, till you've been replaced. Then all of a sudden here, you're trying to play catch up and, oh, I'm sorry. You really meant a lot to me, or, I really enjoy how much you do to keep our family together. And I appreciate you, husband, being the breadwinner, or wife being the breadwinner, In a relationship, I appreciate all the sacrifices you make in order to make our relationship work. If it's a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, do not take people for granted. You will wound up regretting it. That I promise. It may take some time, but you will ultimately be sitting back devastated by rejection, devastated by abandonment, wondering what went wrong. And I promise you, if you were to ask that person, and some of you, I challenge you, if you're in that scenario right now, I promise you, this lack of appreciation, this taking a person for granted, was a very big part of that. So don't ever do it. Don't ever do it. You can always change. You can be grateful. You can be appreciative. You can express that today. If you're not a verbal person that likes to verbally express things, buy cards, things like that. Just say a thank you card, anything like that. It will go a long way. So I thank you so much for your time. Make it a wonderful day.